Hi, fellow traders. I hope everybody had a good day today. We're going to go over our trades from today. But before we do, there's a couple things I want to remind you of. We have our morning show every day, every weekday from 8:30 to 9, where I go over my watch list, kind of give my thoughts on the market for the day and what my plans are going to be. Also on Wednesdays, we have Sneak Peek Wednesday where you can come in and spend some time with us in chat, and you get to see just how our chat room works, what I do, what I don't do, and you should get a real good feel for what we do here. And I also live stream it on YouTube when I remember, and remember to cut the sound on. But you can look at it on YouTube. So if you want to join the morning show, just go to averagejoetrader.com, and in the morning you'll see this button. Just click on it and it'll take you right to it. Or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and you'll get a notice when I go live. Quickest thing, the easiest thing to do is go to the website, click on the morning show, and let it take you right there. Now Thursday, we're starting the next day trading the average Joe way. This is a 100% live class. If you want to learn how I trade and you want to learn me inside and out, this is the class you want to take. It's 15 90-minute classes, so I'm not rushing you through this. I'm taking my time. I'm here spending my time with you. I'll limit it to how many traders we have in each class because of that fact. I want to make sure that I'm here to give you everything that you need to be successful. You get a year chat room access, and in that you get a webinar every week. So it's like having an extra class in the middle of the week. Plus, we'll have small group mentor sessions thrown in too, at least 2 a month. So those are 2 extra little classes that you can get in addition to the actual 15 classes that we have in the course. You'll also get the day trader's mindset. That's going to be a part of this day trading class. You get access to a market replay platform so you can practice the strategies that we go over in class. Now, there's a specific way that I like you to learn, a specific way I like to teach my strategies. And having a market replay platform or having a simulator that you can go back and practice is going to be key. You can form private study groups if you want. I encourage that. But most of all, you get lifetime access to the class, meaning you'll have the recordings of the live classes we do. Plus, anytime that we have a class going on, your login will never go out. You'll continue to be able to log in to any class that's going on. If you know that we're doing technical analysis that day and you want to brush up on it, then you come in and you sit in on the class. You're more than welcome to come in and do that. So just want to make sure you guys understand just how much you get with this. Now, the Saturday class has been going on. I think we're 4 classes in, and it's been going great. I've got some real positive feedback, and we're getting into the trading strategies right now. And so I'm anxious to see how these guys did practicing the way I told them to practice. So just wanted to throw that out there for you. But now let's look at what we did today on my trades. All right, let's look at the first trade we took today. It was on UAL. And this one, UAL is going to, I think earnings come out this evening. Have already come out. And I was looking for this to reject the VWAP and everything and pull back, possibly go red on the day. I was looking for this to sell off prior to, recovering, and then looking for the earnings report. So this did just what I wanted it to do. We got the opening range breakdown and got it under. I don't like to short into support, so I waited until we got under it. I shorted it here, took profit here at the first target according to plan, and we didn't get the fade. Dipped a little bit, but we couldn't hold below this green to red line. We bounced, and I had to take it off on break even. You can see it was only $33. We didn't get the follow through. Had we got the follow through that I was looking for, would have turned out to be a nice trade. And you see, we did recover, and we did make the run up just like I had anticipated, going up in the earnings. And you can see we reported earnings here, and we had a big spike up, and it's kind of been holding it ever since. So we'll look tomorrow to see if there's anything exciting on this. I doubt it. Today I think was the day to trade it. It just didn't do what I really wanted it to do. All right, so the next one was AAOI. Now, AAOI has been our personal portable teller for the last 3 weeks, and we've averaged about $300 a day on it, which ironically is the maximum amount I have set that I could withdraw from my ATM card. So that's why I call it my portable ATM. And a lot of people ask me, why do you still trade it? It's not what tells you it's in play. As long as it keeps giving me the money, and as long as the setup is there, I'm going to keep trading it. But let's look at the daily chart first, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's bring the daily chart up. Show you just what I'm looking at on this. And it's the same thing that we've been looking at for the last 3 weeks. See, here was the initial sell-off, and I traded this, swing traded a little bit of it. Swing traded the move from here to here, and got caught in about 200 shares I have left that I got caught in this gap, but still made a pretty penny even with that $600 hit on this gap up. But to me, this was really funny because this stock has been tanking for days or weeks, and I think we started trading it right around in here. This is when I first got hold to it, or maybe this day here. And we had a nice washout, had a little recovery here, and then started washing out again. Then they halt the stock and put out some news about their earnings. Well, this stock is not scheduled to release earnings until May. So to me, that was a little bit funny. That's why the day it gapped up, I said, I'm going to be ready to get it to short this. Well, as you saw, I was way off my game and missed most of this move. This would have easily been a $1,000 day just on the AOI alone had I traded it correctly, but I didn't. You saw me fumble through it in chat and made a couple $100 off of it, but nowhere near what I should have made. And you see on Thursday, we held the 50-day. So coming in today, I was looking for a push back up to this level, this 46.61, and a fade, a loss of this 50, 44.20. This is not a level here. This is something I was looking at today, but that's not a level. And you can see the big window of opportunity that we have in here. So I figured we would fade through this and possibly get to 42.50. Now, you asked me, how did I get that target? Well, what I did was I looked at what the opening price was, the high, the opening range high. So we set it right here at about 46.37. And the ATR on this stock is about $3.80. So what I did was I subtracted $3.80 from 46.37, and it gave me the potential move. It gave me my target based on the ATR. So I set my ultimate target today at 42.57 or 42.50 really. And I said I'll just work it all day. And as long as it stays below the 50 and it stays red on the day, I'm going to keep working it short. I didn't want it long. I only wanted this short because I still think this is a turd, and I still think that we're going to continue to, crash. Now here, I think this was about the time some rumor came out about another company having interest in it. So the market's not that stupid. Evidently, you had some inexperienced traders jumping in this, bought it up. We had a run up here. It stopped me out. But I'm getting too far ahead of myself. Here's my first trade here. I got in at 69.10. Not 69.10, 45.10. I could have shorted it here, but I didn't want to. All I wanted to do was wait until it got under all of this. I wasn't going to short it on this support. I waited, I was patient, and I gave it room. This candle opened below the level, but it pulled back up, and then I shorted it on the way down. Once I had confirmation that this was going to move, that we weren't going to hold this, I jumped in. First cover was at 44.50, which was about a 60-cent hit on that. And when we started having issues, I went ahead and clicked it here at 44.62 because I knew we were pulling back, and I felt I could go ahead and get in on the pullback. Well, here's where my screen locked up. I got in here. I didn't realize I was in. The screen was locked up. And then I got in again because I didn't know I was in the first time. And so not being able to really see what was going on, I had to dump this pretty quick. And I just did a market order, which is why you see two hits here, because we had a kind of a skip in price. So this wasn't a bad loss. It was only a couple of dollars. I think I lost more in commissions than I did on the actual trade. But the good thing is I figured out what the problem had been for the last at least the last week. I thought it was a platform. I thought it was DOS. But my monitor actually froze. It was the actual monitor that was having trouble. The feed that I was getting from the computer to this particular monitor, it was freezing up. And even though the market clock was still running, the chart wasn't. And I couldn't see what I was doing. Then all of a sudden it went black. And I couldn't get anything back up. So I logged on mobile, and then I logged in on my other computer, and I got short here because I saw it was still hanging around. So I felt, okay, we tested this. So, we've gone through all of this fiasco. So let me go ahead and get short here. So I got in at what was this, 40, was it, I can't remember, let me see, this is through all of the mess I got in. Yep, that was all the craziness. Alright, so I got in at 40. This was, what time was this? I had to figure out when I got in this. Find out what time this is. This is when I got in here. Let's see what line. What is this on? Yep, so that was like 10:40. Around 10:40 when I went short again. Which was right here. 44.91. And this is where I got in at 44.91. And this was a stop out. It started to work, and then it turned around and it got bought right back up. And around here was, in this time, this was when that news came out, or the chatter started about somebody wanting to buy it out. Now, I saw this happening, and I could have pulled my stop and just waited to see if we were going to claim this level. But it was hitting my max loss stop. And the problem that I've had the last couple of weeks was my max loss. I wasn't sticking to my max loss stop, and it was causing me to take higher than normal losses. So I went ahead and clicked it. I had to do it. And this was, the big hit I took. It pretty much wiped out the gains I made on this nice opening trade. So essentially, I was, and with these commissions right here, I was probably negative a little bit. I didn't even look at the P&L because I don't. Had I looked at it, I probably would have messed up everything else the rest of the day. But I stayed engaged. I kind of wiped everything, all of this frustration off. And I had to refocus and stay engaged. And while I was trying to get chat back up on my other computer, I was trying to configure my Suretrader platform on the other computer I was broadcasting from. I was still trading. And I did get a decent entry here on this stock. Now, it tried to mess with me because as soon as I got in here, it ran up. So I got in at 44.82 and it pushed straight up. So that kind of brought back some of that anxiety. But it held, and I got the first cover down here at 44.42. And then I ended up getting stopped back out because it pulled back and it tested the 20. I stuck to my stop, break even. And, well, actually it wasn't break even. It was a little bit less. It was about 30 cents I picked up on it. And then I waited for it to retest again. And let's see, I got short again at 44.60 right here. And covered some more at 44.20. And covered some more at 43.86. And then covered some more here at, let's see, 43.61. And it looked like it was starting to turn. And according to the price action, I needed to cover here, and that's when I did. And I was strictly reading the price action. And I waited for another test. I got back in here. I really should have waited for it to retest to 20, but still it looked like it was coming back. I didn't want to miss out, and even though the setup was solid, So it wasn't a fear of missing out. I got in on a solid setup. Didn't quite get the dip here. We pulled back to the 20. And again, I'm trusting my technical levels. And got a cover down here at 43.35. Is where I got this cover. So I took it all off. And I waited to see if I could get back in and get another. But I didn't. I just went ahead and took it all off here at 43.35. And really, I think that was a smart move because, going into close, we really didn't lose it. It didn't make this move until after close. And there's no guarantee that I would have gotten filled on this. As a matter of fact, I hadn't made it home yet anyway, so I wouldn't have been able to take it off. So all in all, this was a good trade, and I just kind of worked it down. Yeah, I could have added here and made more money, but that's not my MO. That's just not the way I trade. If I had taken it all off here, then sure, I would have got back in here. But I didn't take it all off. I was still anticipating a move down toward 43. But it just never came. So that was AAOI. Nice hit today on it. 421.90. Commissions probably did take a big dig out of this. But, still, all in all, a pretty decent day on it. Now, WHR was the last stock I traded. I don't need that. And you can see WHR made this huge parabolic move down, a solid bounce. And we were rejecting this level here. So for me, that was solid. But I only went in 100 shares. I could have taken 200 and probably should have taken 200 because then I would have been able to manage the trade a little bit better. But I got in at 100 shares. We dipped. We pulled back and went back to test the 200, which, I was okay with because this is what sometimes happens. I was okay with that. And it tested it. It pulled back. And it came down and tapped this level. Now, I was going to give it some time to see if we could crack it. So I didn't put my order out like I should have. I should have had an order sitting here. Had I been in 200 shares, I would have had an order sitting right here at 168.15 because this is a daily level. But because I was only in 100 shares and this thing dipped down real quick and then pulled back, I was like, I don't want to just take $40 on this. I'll wait and see if it rejects this again. And it never did. It kept bouncing. This looked a little bullish to me. And so I got out. I just went ahead and let it stopped me out, I believe, because I brought my stop in to like 25 cents. And, it stopped me out. And ended up being the right move because it just never did work itself out. So that was my day today. It was a small loss on this, small win on UAL because I only got to cover once and never did really get the follow through that I was looking for. So all in all, a pretty good day. I think after commissions, what did I get? Okay, 305.09. And you add $21 because I get $1 back for each ticket on my commissions. So you add that, 326.09. Not bad to start off a Monday, especially on a slow Monday. Today was very tough to trade. Even AAOI was giving us some fits. It was giving us some fits here. I mean, you can see how choppy it was. It didn't really make the smooth moves down like we normally like. Even on low volume, this stock makes decent moves. It just didn't do it today. Today it acted like a low volume stop. On previous days it just didn't. So whether we have anything for it tomorrow, who knows? But like I said, as long as it keeps playing, it keeps giving, I'm going to keep taking it. And you see the big dip in volume here. We didn't even get 5 million shares traded. We're back to the average volume. This was the average daily volume before this big spike. So tomorrow we'll see what happens. See whether we can continue to close this. I will look for another push up in the morning, and I'm gonna fade it the rest of the day. If it gives me that move, that's what I'm gonna do. So all right, guys. So y'all have a good day, a good night, good evening. We'll get back at this thing bright and early tomorrow morning. So if you're not a member of the chat room yet, just join us for our pre-market show, the morning show that we do, and join us on Wednesday for a sneak peek Wednesday. You can hang out and kind of get an idea of what goes on in the room. I have to check my hours and see if I have enough time. If I have enough time, then I'll leave the room open till lunchtime. If not, I have to wait till I can save a little bit more time, and I'll do it then. But you'll at least spend the first hour or so in chat so you can see how chat runs, how we interact, and just get a good feel for the room. So looking forward to seeing you there on Wednesday as well. So take care, and we'll see you bright and early in the morning.